and I'm coming to you live from Shanghai. Before we begin this exciting technical presentation, please allow me to share a few important reminders. We are committed to creating a friendly, inclusive, and supportive environment for all attendees and speakers. While we warmly encourage active participation in the chat, please make sure that all comments remain respectful, professional, and constructive. This session is being recorded in its entirety, and the replay will be uploaded to the Microsoft Reactor YouTube channel within 72 hours so that you can watch it again at any time. For those joining a Microsoft Reactor event for the first time, please note that you will need a registered YouTube account in order to participate in the live chat. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us through social media or the official Microsoft Reactor website. Now, let's get started with today's session.
Greetings, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. We are here to talk about the automation, and in every session we take a different scenario, different use case, where we discuss what are the different AI tools that we can use to automate that particular scenario. Okay, so today we are going to talk about the recruitment agencies, and we'll talk about a little bit how they work and what is their way to select the candidate and do the communication with their vendors and how they propose the candidates and all those. And is there any possibility that we can use AI tools and we can automate that complete process? So that's our topic for today. So let's quickly jump into a quick introduction about ourselves, and then we will see main agenda for today's session. So myself, Mahinder, and I have my friend Sandeep with me. We both are Microsoft MVPs, and we have been working with the Dynamic CRM Power Platform more than 10 years now. So we have been doing events for Microsoft, non-Microsoft, and doing different community activities. So yeah, that's a quick introduction about ourselves. So here, this is the agenda that we are going to talk about today. So we'll start with the basic introduction. We will see that what is a standard process that used when they work on that requirement that they are getting from their vendors, and what are the things they normally consider. And then we will start introduction about the Microsoft Copilot Studio, where we will discuss that in our sessions we are using that AI automation tool, basically the Microsoft Copilot Studio. So that's our base tool, and on the top of that we are building our AI agent using the different tools that is available on the Microsoft Copilot Studio. So then we will discuss about the different connector that we are going to use and what is their key feature that we will be using, how they will contribute to this AI automation. That's the thing here on this. And of course, after this, we will show you that live demo of building this AI agent. And in case if you guys have any question, you can reach out to us. So we will have a quick question and answer session. And of course, if not today, you guys can connect to us and send your question, and we will try to answer all of your questions. Okay, so let's start now. Here, as I said, that on every session we take a particular use case, and today we are going to talk about that recruitment agencies, or you can say that hiring agencies. So sometime we have these team in our company itself, so that is responsible for hiring. So that's part of the big companies, but in a small companies we do have a separate agencies that we take, like consulting services from them, and so we just send them requirement and they select that candidate for us. The complete hiring process, that screening, that selecting and checking that verifying that candidates or their skills or their respective degrees, all these parts are basically taken care of that vendor agencies. Okay, so we will get the candidate and we will do our interview process, and then we will whatever things like interview process, and then selecting what will be their packages and what will be their all that we will be providing them. So that's our part. But from this, there are some background things that need to be done. So all these things will be basically shifted to a agency. Okay, so normally if we talk about the traditional way how it works, so let's say we are working on some project and we got that requirement that for this project we need some particular skill set, consultants or developers. So maybe we need some Azure developers, or maybe we need some .NET developers, or we need some Python developers. So depending on the requirement, there can be different requirement what your project is all about. So when we get that requirement, so we reach out to that agency, we send them email, and then they look for that email, and based on that email they go for look their database, and they search for based on the skill set, right? So whatever skill set that we will mention in the email, based on that skill set they will look into that, maybe they will share some of that top candidate, and then they will again do that, reply to that email, they will attach those resume, and then further we will do that selection, that okay, these are that selected, okay, let's set up that interview for these candidates, right? And then they will again go ahead, again this email communication will be there from that, and they will be selecting and setting up this timing for the interview, all these things. So there is a good amount of manual effort required on this process, right? So where we are also manually communicating that thing, and they are also manually responding and searching those candidates. So there is a good amount of manual effort involved here. But how about if we can use AI here, and using that AI, some of the part we can automate. Okay, so we can remove some of the manual effort, so that can basically help here to speed up this complete process. So we can send that requirement, and they can pass those requirement, they can get that response as soon as possible using this AI tool. So whatever AI tools that we are, the workflow that we are going to build today, that workflow is the only, when whatever time it will take, we will get that response immediately. Okay, but sometime in the manual process it may take like 2-3 days, or sometime weeks, or depending on that scenario to scenario. So that's our main topic here. So we are going to use the AI tool so that we can make this complete process automated. Okay, so we will be as you can see here on the screen, today we are going to use the main three tools. So for Outlook we are going to use for the communication, and SharePoint is basically our knowledge base or database, where all the resume of the candidates is hosted there. And then we have the Teams, for that we will be using for the communication. So we are going to utilize these tools. Okay, so there can be many different tools, but in our scenario we are going to use these tools to do this automation. Okay, so Microsoft Copilot Studio. So as I said, that this is our base product that we are going to use. That's basically Microsoft offering, where Microsoft allow us to build that AI workflows, AI agent, using the low code no code. Okay, so it's a low code no code platform, where anyone who have some basic functional they have that knowledge of that functionality, or a little bit knowledge of the AI tools, they can easily build those AI agent or workflows. Okay, because they don't require any code of code development, or we don't need to write anything here on that like we do in a traditional applications. Okay, so here we have the different tools that is available. We can just drag and drop them. Okay, we can select those tools, and we can set up some of their properties depending on that tool. It can be different, like all the properties are basically contextual. So depending on that, you can see different set of properties. Using those properties, once we have the configure, and we have the different intermediate tools that is part of the Copilot Studio, as well as there is other tools that's basically from the Microsoft offering, from the Microsoft Cloud, that we can use to interact between these tools. So for example, we let's say we have one tool that requires some kind of data. Maybe there is another tool that will give us that data. So there we are basically making that communication happening using these tools. Okay, so that's here. we have this Microsoft Copilot Studio. So we have different, as you know that we have different feature set that is available. So for example, as I said, we have the visual interface, so drag and drop features are there. We use large language models that we can use basically to generate the different contextual responses. So depending on that, what agent you have built, are you using the prompt, so if you are writing some prompt and you have some different topic, so all these basically can be designed using this UI itself, right? And we can different integration option that is available. So we can do the integration with Microsoft as well as non-Microsoft tools, right? We can run our automations. We can use that other workflow engines as well. For example, Power Automate. So if something need to be done and we want to, we see that if that kind of functionality, we can perfectly do in the Power Automate. So we can use the Power Automate. Or if we see similarly any other tool which we can see that that is basically a best candidate for that kind of requirement, we can use those tools as well. Okay, so depending on that, we can easily do that integration and do the communication available between these two tools. So now we have that basic idea of the Microsoft Copilot Studio. Now let's see what are the connectors that we are going to use and what will be their role in this automation. So as I said, that basic thing that this automation will start from the email, right? So we will get that requirement, and then that requirement we will be maybe sending over that email to our agency. And when they will get this email, right, that Outlook is basically here helping us to do this email communication. So that's why we are using this Outlook connector. So it will be responsible for sending and receiving that email, and this is basically the triggering point for our automation as well. Okay, so when we are doing automation or the workflow that we are building, so we need to have a trigger point, right, that when this workflow will start. So in this scenario, Outlook is basically here that is going to trigger this workflow. And as soon as that we will get that email, and our AI tool will trigger that automation, and it will look into that requirement. It will pass that requirement. Okay, what type of skill set they are going to look. So based on all this data, all the description that is coming as a part of the email, next action will be triggered, right? The next action will be performed. So in the Outlook, we can see here in the right hand side, we have the different type of triggers and actions that is available. As you can see here as well, that in our today's scenario, that we are going to use the single action. But here, when we want to use the tools, so in the Copilot Studio, we have these two ways. One, we can use that MCP server, and another one we can use the single action. So we will do some other session where we will talk about that MCP servers. So today we are concentrating here on the single actions. As you can see here, we have the different type of actions that is available, which we can utilize in our automation. So whether it's we want to send some email, or we want to receive that email, or if you want to do some kind of appointment setting. So those type of different actions that we can use from this Outlook connector. So whatever normally that we can, so if you are familiar with the Power Automate, in the Power Automate we also use those kind of actions and triggers. So those type of thing is also available in the Copilot Studio. So basically here, this kind of capabilities like running based on the triggers like email received or something like that. And if you want to read the data from that email, if you want to read the attachment from that email, right? So those kind of trigger action here that is available on that Outlook connectors. Okay, so we can of course do the simple send and reply, and we can easily extract the data, and then further based on the data we can take the further actions. Okay, now we have this starting point here, Outlook. Now next thing is that we got that email, and through that parsing of that email data, we know that this type of skill set that is required for the candidate that this company is looking for. right? And now all the database of this resources database, all the resume that we have, that is stored into the SharePoint. So SharePoint is basically a document management system, right? So if the resume is there, that is hosted on that or the stored on that SharePoint, now we want to extract the data. So what they were doing earlier, manually they were searching that based on the skill set, but now here we are going to use this our AI workflow, and in the AI workflow we are going to use the SharePoint connector, which will basically allow them to connect to that SharePoint and look for that particular document library where we have these resumes there, and depending on the skill set it is going to search for the resumes. Okay, so in the SharePoint connector as well, as you can see here, we have different type of actions that is available, that we can create documents, we can fetch the documents, we can download the documents. So there are different type of actions that is available here. So we are going to do that, basically reading those resume, and based on searching, so searching capabilities that we are going to use, and reading those and getting the first three top candidates. So it can be depending on that requirement, but let's take an example that we are saying that we are going to take the first three top resumes, and that resume, that basically we are going to reply to the email where we will send them, okay, that these are that based on your requirement, here is that shortlisted candidate. You can go through into that, and then further we can do that further communication just to discuss more details, or if you have any kind of different requirement, or if you want to know some more detail about that requirement, right? So in the SharePoint here, so what we are going to do, connect that Copilot Studio, get that requirement, search that document, and find the top three candidates. So that's how this SharePoint connector is going to help us in this current automation. Okay, now we have the two things. We know that skill set, and now we found that candidate resume as well. Now further communication, so we sent that email. Now let's set up this maybe we want to set up a team meeting with them, so that we can just make sure that this was the requirement that we got from you guys, and this is the response that we sent you. So if there is any gap in between, so we can do that discussion, and we can find out, and maybe we can do the refinement and send them some different resume if there is any gap, right? Now that point of view here, we have this team connector that comes into the picture. Now we are going to set up this team communication with that team, the agency that they have, and the company which is basically having that requirement. So just like the other connector, as you can see here, we also have these different type of actions that is available, which we can use. So we can do different kind of team activities, just like we do normally. Like for example, if you want to initiate that chat, if you want to set up the team meetings, or if you want to implement the approval process, or if you want to, let's say send some approval, maybe just an example that if we, before sending this to, if you want to do some kind of approval, that can be also done. So those kind of thing that is available on the team connectors. So we have different type of features. So that's how we are going to use the team connector here. Okay, so basically the flow will be, again I'm just going through this flow again, that we got that email where we will have that skill set requirement, that will trigger our workflow, the data that is basically extracted from there. Based on that, we are going to search in the SharePoint document library for the list of the candidate. And once we have that list of the candidate, our again Outlook connector will send a reply email to the company that here is the selected candidate, please review and let us know if you want to do further discussion. And then the team connector, where we are going to use this for the team meetings. Okay, so that's the high level flow that is here for this AI workflow that we are going to showcase today. So now we are going to build this AI agent, and we will show you that how we can connect to these different connectors and how these email can be parsed. And so let's see this into the demo, and let's see how this actually working these connectors. So now I'm going to pass mic to my friend Sandeep, and let's see this in action. Over to you,
Uh,
Sandeep.
Thank you, Mahendra. Hope I'm loud and clear.
Yeah, loud and
Okay,
clear.
so let me share
Perfectly.
my screen.
Okay, we are waiting for that.
Is it visible?
Not yet. Yeah, I think yeah, we can see it
Yeah.
now.
Yes. So as Mahendra told that what we are going to demonstrate today, that whenever we are receiving an email from any consultancy company, HR consultancy company, will search in the SharePoint, we'll get all those top candidates, and then we'll send a summary email and also a follow-up meeting. So that is what we are going to show, and the main tool we are going to use to create agent, that is Copilot Studio. I hope that most of us we know about Copilot Studio, but for the benefit of all those users who are attending for the first time, I will just explain the screen so you will be more comfortable. This is Copilot Studio screen. Very simple. You can see we have three options. If you don't know how to reach here, you will go on Google, search here Copilot Studio, and you will get Microsoft link. You will click on Copilot Studio link, and it will take you there. So you can log in from here. This is Microsoft Copilot Studio. Either you can directly come here and type copilotstudio.com.microsoft.com, and then you can use your organizational email. If you are thinking about like is it free or paid, so yes, it is a paid product, but Microsoft provides some free licenses. That is what you can use to create demo agents, not for the production ready, but demo agents. So this screen is quite simple. You can say the first option we have, that is home. Then we have list of agents, all those agents you created in your organization, you can see here. And then we have workflows. So all those automated workflows you created, that is what you can see here. So to create the agent, we have on agent list, we have new agent. That is what you can click. You have two options, one is agent and one is standard. So this is what you can create using AI. You will just give the prompt, AI will compose your agent, and then you will able to use that agent. So I will just use the standard one. The very first thing you need to do, you need to name this agent. I will use recruiter AI agent. In agent setting, like if you are little technical, you know that the language you need to select. If you are not using English, you are using any other language, that is what you can select from here. The solution, if you are creating an agent within a solution, so you need to select all those, like select a solution, so you'll get list of all those solutions available in your organization, in your environment, and the schema name. By default, it is new underscore the agent name you are using. That is what uh, like Microsoft will use as a default schema. So we'll create. It will take few seconds, and then your agent will be ready. So now you can see the very first option. Like the screen is quite simple. Any agent is screen is quite simple. It is already designed in a way that even though citizen developer can come here and develop their agents. So our agent is getting ready. Till that we can talk about, you can see on top we have so many options. The first is overview. So you will get the overview of your agent. like everything about agent you will get using overview section. Then we have knowledge base. So using knowledge base, you can add knowledge base for this agent. Then we have tools. Tools are required because when you want to talk with any kind of like within Microsoft ecosystem, any application or third party application, so you will add tools. So agent will use those tools, like it is MCP server or connectors, you can connect from here. Sometimes we create multi-agent architecture. In that case, you can create sub-agents as well. And also topics. Topics are quite helpful when you are designing a quite complex agent. You want that your conversation with agents should be directional. In that case, you can use topics. So it will, like, based on intent, it will trigger topics, and then it will run that flow. Activities, that is where you can see like all those activities by this agent. And then we have evaluation, monitoring. This is for the uh, administration part, like where you can come and see that how this agent is working, this is working right or not. Like for the testing purpose, whatever instruction you given, based on that it will create testing uh, cases, and then you can test your agent as well. In monitor section, you will able to optimize your processes, and then all those channels that is available which you can connect with this agent for communication. So you can see these many channels are available. You can connect with website, you can connect with Microsoft 365, Teams, SharePoint, you can connect with Slack, Telegram, and email direct. You can also connect with the speech. So I think almost every platform is available, which is quite popular in the market. So let's go back to overview, and now we'll add description. Description is very important in case when you creating an agent and you also want to use this agent in any other agent as a sub agent. So in that case, the AI in AI orchestration, the AI will decide that which agent needs to call, and that is based on description. So I will just add an update. So now description is ready. The next section we have here, that is to select our model, and we have all those models are available. Might be you might be thinking that the latest models are not available. That is because whenever any latest model is coming, Microsoft is refining those models based on their rules and policies, because Microsoft is all about ethical AI. So that's why you can see like it's always uh, one level down, you can say. Like right now the 5 is available, but here you can see 4.6. Then we have instruction, we'll talk about that. The knowledge source. So let me add the knowledge source. For knowledge source, I already created a SharePoint folder. So you can come here. Here I have free resources, added so many resumes. So in your case, like if you have uploaded, like you have a repo where you uploaded all those resumes. For demo purpose, I just uploaded these many resumes, and mainly those are related to data center. So you can see these resumes I uploaded in this folder, SharePoint folder. So this knowledge source I will add here. So we'll go back to the knowledge source, add knowledge base. In featured, you can see all those top tools like public websites, SharePoint, that is quite popular in Microsoft ecosystem. Azure AI search, when you want to create embeddings, vector search, then you can use Azure AI search. Then Dataverse, you must know about Dataverse. Like whenever you are using Power Apps, you will, and you are using Dataverse as a backend, so you can connect Dataverse as well. Dynamics applications you can directly connect here. Salesforce you can connect, ServiceNow, and Azure SQL as well. In more advanced tools, you can see here we have some other third-party applications. Those are quite popular. Even though you are not in Microsoft ecosystem, you can connect with these tools as well. If you think that some other tools you want to use, but that is not listed here, you can also create connectors, and you can use those connectors to connect with your private apps. Then we have see suggestions. So in suggestions, you can see all those like knowledge source that is already added in some other agents. You can see here. So I will go back. I will click on featured SharePoint. In SharePoint, you can see two options we have here. One is browse items, and here we have to give direct link. If you click on browse items, it will take you on a screen. There you can see all those available SharePoint sites. So you can select a site, and then within the site, you will get two lists, two options. Option number one, library. So from library, you can select all those folders available. Then we have list. If your data is available in list, then you will get the list of all those, like you will get list of all those lists available in that SharePoint site. You can select list as well. In our case, we'll select folder. But let me go back and show you like how we can use direct link. If you come here, you can see this is the direct link for this folder. So I will copy this link. I will go back to our agent and paste link here. Then we'll add. Now this knowledge source is added. Add to agent. So now this is connected with our agent. So the next option is to add a trigger. So we will able to trigger our agent when a new email is coming, new email arrives. So I will click on add trigger, and here all those like if you click on all, you will able to see all those connectors which you can use as a trigger. And then we have featured, then we have libraries as well. In featured, you can see some of those. So let's go back to all and search when new email arrives. And here you can see two options. Most of the time, like we are getting confused that we should use when new email arrives, v2 or v3. So like if you have your personal account like Outlook or hotmail.com or like any of your @live.com, in that case you can use v2 version. But if you are using your organizational email, in that case you must use when new email arrives, v3 version. So I will select that. And sometimes you can also say like v3, there might be some cases v4, but it is not always that you are using personal then you will use v2 and v3. Especially for this connector you will use v3, but when it comes to send emails, in that case you must use v2. In case you want to create events, v4. So it depends on the kind of situation, so you must know that in which case which version I can use, and that will work perfectly with your organization. So I will select v3, click on next. Here you need to check the connections. While checking connection, my friend, like what you can do is you can click here and you must verify the right connection. So it is already connected with my email address. That is good. Here also you can confirm it's connected with my email address. Sometimes it might be connected with some other email, like you can see both at the STW services, and this connection is name is little different, so might be used in some other agent. So that's why you should verify and then click on next. Once you will click on next, here you can see we have these many options. That is what we can use to limit, to restrict our trigger. So it will not like, it's not like that every email is coming and this trigger is running. So in that case you can add some filters. So the first option we have, that is we can select folder. So I will select inbox, and then this is optional. So we have so many optional filters. That is what we can apply. The first one is to, so you can add a to email address. So you can select email address of a person, then you can add a semicolon, and if you want to add multiple addresses, so like this. I'm not going to add any to email address. Same for the CC, like one or two or like as many as email addresses you want to add, you will add semicolon and add those. This option is all about like to and CC both, like either your email address should be in to, either on in CC. In that is what you can apply here as well. Then from, and then we have include attachments. So if you want to include attachment in the response, in that case you will just use this option, yes or no. So when email is coming, you want to receive, like you want to include the attachment in response. Otherwise, if you select yes, it will be included. If you select no, it will not be included. So some cases you want that yes, attachment should be in my response, you will select that. Otherwise you think that no, I don't want to make my response quite heavy, in that case you can select no. Then we have subject filter, and this is very important, like most used you can say. So I will add here job opening. So whenever a email is coming where subject is job opening, then only this trigger will run. Most of the cases I use this because subject is quite important. Like when email is coming, people are using those kind of subject. So you can add all those filters as well. Then we have like importance. Like sometimes we flag our emails based on the importance, like low, normal, high. So whenever email is coming using those emails, Outlook will flag those emails. So that is what you can select here as well. And then we have only with attachment. So you can click yes or no. If email is coming with that attachment, then only this trigger will run, otherwise not. One more thing I want to explain here, like if you are including, like include attachments, yes, in that case you can see here we are just using body, and you, if you are uh, selecting option yes, then might be the case like when the response you are getting, you are not getting attachment with that response, because here we are just using body in a response. In that case you can use this trigger in Power Automate and modify the flow, so you will able to include response as well. So let's create job opening, job openings, and I will create this trigger. Time to test trigger. So yes. So now our two tools already added. We added description, then we also selected a model. We added knowledge base, and trigger is also associated with our agent. So we are in a quite good position right now. We can go back to the instruction. Instruction, you can say instructions are the direction for your agent, how this agent will behave, and this is quite important. So in that case, whatever actions you want your agent should perform, you need to give all those instructions in a very well structure, you can say. So let me give my first instruction and then we'll test this agent. So I will add instruction, quite lengthy. When a new email arrives, follow this workflow. So like intent, if it is related to job hiring, then only this trigger will run, otherwise not. Then review the job description, check email for a job description, job posting URL. So everything I'm mentioning in a format, we can get job requirement, identify the key requirement, including job title, required skill, preferred skill, your years of experience, education or certifications, industry experience, location or work arrangement, and other importance. So you can see like then I'm also giving instruction that go to the free resource I already added and search candidate, then like compose a comparison and use all these things. So let's save it. So now we are ready to test our agent, at least for the first instruction. So what I will do, I will go to my Gmail account here, and I already search for, let me find all those data center. Most of the resumes I have that is related to data center. I will search for data center job. So we are getting these many jobs. Let me go back to any of those. I will copy this URL, go back to my inbox. Here I will use two, that is, I will send to my email address. Subject is job openings. Hi Sandeep, I'm looking candidates for this position. Before I hit send, let me go back to the agent we are creating and start test. So it's already running. I will hit send. It will take few seconds. Let's wait for few seconds till that we are receiving that email here in my inbox. Got it. Yeah, we got it. Let's go back to agent. And for testing, let's click on trigger and let's see that. Yeah, so we got that trigger. I will start testing. So let's go back to activity and see what is happening. So now it's reading my email, then going to the folder knowledge base, searching for all those candidates. Now we are getting list of all those candidates. Then it's creating a comparison like top 3 candidates. So now you can see like the kind of comparison lists it's creating, and that is very interesting. Like rank 1, you can see the rank 2, and also we are getting rating. All those things I added in my instruction. That is what you can see. The AI creating a comparison list. You might be like some of the cases, if you are using your agent and you are not getting this kind of list. So now you can say like the comparison list created here, but we are not getting email because I didn't add anything related to email. So let's add our next prompt here. We will just append to this one for the reply. So I will add a prompt. So before I use this prompt, I didn't add any connector related to send email. So I will go back to tools, click on add, and here you can see we have popular, then we have like all those popular ones. Then I have connectors, prompt, workflow, REST API, and MCP servers as well. So all those popular ones you can select from here, and these are mostly related to Microsoft productivity tools. Then we have connectors. Here you can get all those third-party applications as well. Then we have prompts are very important. Might be we will discuss in some other sessions as well, but we already discussed in one of our first session. So if you want to explore prompts, you can go and watch that video as well. Then we have workflows, like all those Power Automate flows. That is what you can connect with this agent. You can select from here as well. REST API for HTTP protocol in third-party application. You develop, you have HTTP protocol, you want to connect as a REST API, you can add from here as well. MCP server, we know that this is quite popular nowadays. Every application, they have their own MCP server. So that is what you want to connect, you can connect from here. So let's go back to popular ones, and then I will click on Outlook mail. The thing is, one more thing I want to explain here. Let's go back to connector, Outlook 365. So difference you can see here, we have Outlook mail, and here we have Outlook 365. But in my case, what I want, that I want to send email, and here if I search send, so you can see like we only, even for Office 365 V2 version is available. As I'm using organizational email, I will use V2. If you are using personal, then you can use outlook.com V2 version as well. Verify the connection. If connection is okay, click on add and configure. And every time you are adding tool, it's very important for you to go back to the settings, connections, and make sure that the connection is working. You can see if I'm going to use this agent, like I will get an error that first allow or connect with Office 365. So you can come here in settings, connection settings, click on connect, verify, and then submit. Now it's connected. Yeah, good, it's connected. Let's go back to overview. We'll come here again. We'll go back to the instruction because I didn't attach this tool in my instruction. So I will go here, use, I will click slash. Once you will click slash, you can see this tool in the list. I will select the one and save. So now it's ready for the next testing. We'll send email, it will verify candidates, then create a comparison and send email. So I will go back to data center job list. I will go here, the data center technician. I will copy this URL, and then again here I will use my email address, subject same, job openings, then only it will trigger, and then I will use Sandeep, comma, please provide your candidates for this position. So now let's go back to agent. Yeah, it's running. Let me verify. Yeah, so I will hit send. The same process, we will wait for a few more seconds till that it's ready. Welcome 41. So we got it. Still waiting. Yeah, we got that. So I will go back to our agent here. I will go in testing, tools. Let me refresh. Now it's here. Let's go back to activity and see. So you can see like it's searching in resources, knowledge base, then finding all those candidates. Yeah, now it's listing all those candidates. And this time it should send email as well, not just a comparison list. It should go one step ahead and send email. So we are just waiting, let it complete. So these many resumes I have, that is what you can see. It's preparing, creating a comparison list. And one more thing I want to talk till that it's doing that. If I will go back to this agent one more time, so here you can see like the model I selected for this agent, that is Claude. I think Claude 4.6. So the model we are using, that is, yes. So the thing is, like, sometimes if you are using a different model, like you are using chat gpt, like GPT-5, or using GPT-5 auto or reasoning, so all these models you might can get a different result. It is not always same, that same kind of result you will get. So if I will go back here, you can see like the email already composed email. And also I think I must got that one email. I got that, you can see like, so this is how everything highlighted, all those ratings, you can see key strength, and also like all those gaps you can see also mentioned here. And then it giving you a very good kind of uh, in a tabular format, where you can just click and go to that resume as well. Let's see that if it is working. So you can download resume, it's working fine, everything is correct. Like you can see a link here as well. So the sender can easily download those resumes and review. So now as I was discussing about, like, I selected this, but if same process I can select with GPT-5, I might not get the formatting something like this. So my friend, like, whenever you are using like you want to use a based format, might be you can use Claude, or sometimes it is good that the analysis part you are doing. So it's totally dependent on the model you are using, the kind of output you are getting. It will be very much similar, but formatting might be little different. So now let's go back to agent one more time. So the third step, that is what we can discuss here, that creating a Teams meeting. So I will go back to agent one more time, and I will use this instruction to create a m- meeting. So what I'm trying to do here is like using this, schedule a meeting with the original email sender, date and time, that all those, because I don't want to take date and time, but mostly it will confirm. So let me at least try. Let me save this, and then I will go back to tools one more time, because we don't have Teams connector. So I will go here again. You will find here in the popular ones. You can also go here and select from here as well. Like this, you will get list of all those functions you can perform using Teams. So let's search for create. We are getting create a Teams meeting. We'll select this again, verify connection, add and configure. So now description, that is what you can change to make it more appropriate for AI to call this tool. Everything you can see, calendar ID, subject, time zone, start time, end time, will be configured by AI. If you don't want to take like I just want to automate a fixed time, I can change to custom, and here I can give time. So I can, if I go here, select like start time, I can give. So even though you can give custom values as well, you want to give on a fixed time, but I'm just going to use the dynamic dynamically fill with AI. So AI will decide that which value we can give to this tool. So I will save this. Now this tool is ready. The same process will follow. We'll go back to instructions, and here we'll add slash. Once you will add slash, you will able to add this tool. Everything is fine. I'm just trying to give fixed date and time to schedule a meeting, and now we'll save it. This time what I will do is to give you the flavor of GPT auto or chat, GPT-5 chat. Let's see that which kind of summarization we are getting. I will go here and then I will save this. Okay, everything is fine. Let's go back to job openings. One more I will select from here. Copy list. And I will use my email address. Subject job openings. Sandeep, kindly find best candidates for this. So now we are ready. Let's go back here and go back to our agent one more time. Click on test. Ready for testing. Hit send. And this time we can compare like what I was discussing. If we are using a different kind of agent, might be the formatting will be little different. So that is what we can verify this time. So I'm going here. I will go, let's check. I got that email. I will go here back to my agent, test trigger, refresh. We got that trigger. I will start testing. Go back to activities. Found resources. And this time, remember that I'm not using Claude. This time we are using GPT-5 chat. So you can see like the kind of the things are little different. One more time, as I told you that whenever it's coming like that, you have to go to settings. I will go back to setting here. And whenever a new tool being added to this agent, you should go and make sure that all those connections are working. So I will just connect this agent. Now connected, I will go back here, allow. So let's go back and see here that we got any email. We got that email. But now you can see formatting is little different, not that much impressive the way we were getting using Claude. So you can see using Claude, we were getting this kind of formatting. Using GPT-5 chat, we are using this kind of formatting. So based on like your requirement, if you think that Claude is good, that you can use Claude model. If you think that no, the GPT-5 is good based on all those tokens. Like in case of like Copilot Studio, you can use any of those models that is within the Copilot Studio license. Let's go back to Microsoft Teams and see that if we are able to a Teams meeting. So job successful completed. You may send follow-up meeting. Subject this meeting will be added upon acceptance. So tell about experience. We don't want that, so I think meeting must be created here. the meeting schedule to the discussion shortly taken for the subject. So we can see this process is completed. So we'll go back. I think it's scheduled on 5 p.m. Date 5th September 5 p.m. UTC. So if we go down here, and 5th September. Let's see that. I think it's just asked. Meeting link will be added upon the acceptance of the invitation. Would like me to assist with preparing interview candidate. So as per AI, this meeting is created, but so far I'm not getting that. Might be it will take little time. So let me refresh one more time. So let's verify the same process with Claude one more time. Let's see that if it is completing all those steps, because this time I'm not getting meeting link. I'm just updating this. We'll go to the data center. We'll find one more job. Copy. We'll come back. Send to my email address. Job openings. Hi Sandeep. Please find dates for this opening. So let me send it. Before that, I will just verify that the test is running. So new test is running. AI. So I will send this email. Let's wait for this email to arrive. 4-3. I will refresh. Mhm. I will refresh one more time. So we got this email. Let's go back to agent one more time. And I will go to this trigger. Okay, we'll start testing. We'll go to activity. It's searching all those steps it's doing. Let's wait for a few more seconds and then verify. So first step is completed. Searching for resources. Now it's preparing comparison list. And this time, remember that we are not using GPT-5, we are using Claude, and we can see the difference as well. Two minutes ago. So now we got that email. Let's go back here. Five 30 UTC candidate discussion, team link will be added. And let me see this. So I got some emails. You can see, yeah. So I got candidate list as well. Now you can see formatting is different than what we had, and go back to calendar. UTC 5 EM. So far I'm not getting email, but it's showing that that is completed. The overview section, it's saying that the meeting is completed. But this is how you can schedule the meetings after shortlisting candidates. So this is how, my friend, you can create, like, based on the instructions and different models, you will able to get the better result for your organization. Using Microsoft ecosystem, you will able to add candidates and also able to create recruitment process automation. So hope if you have any question, just comment in comment box.
Yeah, so Sandeep, actually we are running out of time, but we do have a few questions that I think some of the question already answered while we had this demo. That you know, like how we can verify these the
I
result.
think one person is asking that if you deploy this agent. Yes, for the testing purpose, we are just using those triggers, but all these are automated. Like, once we deploy this agent, we'll publish this agent using this publish list, then it will run automatically.
Yeah, so there was another question that where basically we wanted to see that where organization can draw the line to use this AI tool and the manual effort, like like for example the decision. So of course it depends company to company, organization to organization, but as I said, like we were showing this in the demo as well, that when this AI agent, based on the requirement, when it will select those set of candidate based on the skill sheet. So first we need to go and review those, and we see that the response that is coming from there is based on that requirement or not. So while doing the testing, we can see that how successful it's fetching the correct resources from the SharePoint, right? So those will give us that kind of comfort, or we can see that that AI tool that we are building or we have developed is correctly finding that resources, and the same can be shown to the management team as well, like depending on the requirement, we can see that we can do the manual searching, and we can show the result of AI search, AI workflow search, that we can see that when we are manually searching it, that we are also getting those set of responses, and when we are using that AI tool, we are also getting these set of responses. So I think that can show to the management team, so they can trust that AI agent is doing it work perfectly, right? So yeah, I think I hope I answered your question. So I think we are running out of time, and we are already right. So I
So
will
if
quickly jump for that. Our two more slide where we have this connect details. So I'm just going to share getting screen here PPT. Let me just quickly share that PPT here. So we have a few of the references that is there from the Microsoft Learn. So you can go there and you can look for this Microsoft Copilot Studio, Agent Academy, and there are basic trainings are there. We have this Copilot connector where you can find information about that connectors that is available, and we can use them in the Copilot Studio. And if you guys want to connect to us, you can connect it using our LinkedIn, and if you have any question, you can also approach us there, and we will be able to help you with your answer from your questions. Okay, so thank you very much for joining us today, and we will be back with another scenario, another use case where we will see that how we can automate them using that Microsoft AI capabilities. Thank you very much.